Other talk stations use words like savage. Sounds brutal. Hey, it's all good. Your superstation, AM 1050, News Talk KCAA.
Coming up next, Sin Censura, the Three Guys Rant.
You're ready for the pain to feel completely dirty when you're done. Arvin, are you ready for blast off?
I told you not to eat Indian food, man.
I already blasted off. Prematurely.
We are
The Three Guys Rant.
Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
I already feel dirty.
Call us at 855-693-GUYS.
And if you didn't understand that, let me try to do it in English, because that was Puerto Rican. You are listening to The Three Guys Rant. 855-69-3-GUYS. That's 693-4897.
693?
I love me some Three Guys.
Okay, this is the Three Guys Rant here on NBC News Radio, KCAA 1050 AM, inside of the Rant Radio Network studios. You like that, huh?
That was a mouthful right there.
First off, I want to thank our newest advertiser here, Burst O Flavor E-Juice Company. For anybody out there that's been trying to quit, cut back, or just stop stinking like cigarette smoke, make sure to check out Burst O Flavor, a premium e-juice company. Everything here made in the USA.
And according to the FDA, you could not say it's a smoking cessation. It's an alternative if you wish to try something different.
Kind of like Phil.
Wow.
So now that we got all the politically correct stuff out of the way, there's something I want to talk about. And
really?
I'm sure I'm not going to... No, this one's good. This one's good. This is above the board. It's politically correct, and I'm sure you know about it, but I haven't heard you say anything about it recently. Yet, as far as I understood, yesterday there was a trial that started yesterday. Now, I know you don't have any children. I don't have any children. Apparently, every woman I boink has children, so I can kind of relate to it. But you have a nephew that's roughly around the age of 10. Now, if you were to go from Minnesota to Las Vegas without a plane ticket, any adult supervision or anything, and make it all the way through, how would you feel about that?
I don't follow the question.
Well, I don't know if you remember I'm assuming about 6 months ago, there was a kid that was traveling across country and just basically walking onto airplanes.
Well, no, it was a couple of weeks ago, to be honest.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just a few weeks ago where he was a 9-year-old boy. In the course of that, where he's already taken his parents' van, crashed into parked cars.
See, I didn't know that until I did more research on it yesterday.
Yeah.
He's kind of a delinquent at the age of 9.
Well, but you see, here's the problem, though. Apparently where he's at, the kid is extremely bright in the sense that he's very manipulative. He's figured out the system.
You say bright. I say the next godfather of something.
But I'm just saying, because when they brought him home, the dad asked the cops. So if I whoop him, the cop told him, then we got to come back and arrest you for child abuse. He goes, but if I don't do anything, then we got to come back and arrest you for being a bad parent.
But you see, I was not that I was a little proud, but I'm like the same thing. I thought about this has got to be a very bright 9-year-old individual for him to be able to do that. But yes, then I started hearing that it's not the first time he's run away. He's done it on a regular basis. He took a delivery truck. I forgot what they're called, but the small delivery trucks basically totaled it out. I mean, this kid already has a rap sheet at the age of 9. And the first thing that they said is, that he's going to have to go to treatment, mental evaluation. They're going to need family therapy. He's going to need therapy as an individual. And hopefully 30 days after that, they'll reunite the family. And I'm like thinking, really? I go, is that really what you want to do with this group of individuals, put them back together and have nothing change? So I don't know where I stand on this one, but I thought it was interesting because the funny thing is that they're not they're not gonna put him on trial as a 9-year-old.
Hold on, let's go back in the time machine. You said there was something you wanted to talk about. So what is it other than stating the fact that a 9-year-old? So what's your point?
Well, again, I mean he's done some pretty elaborate things, but they're not going to try him as a 9-year-old. It's so I'm not sure what the proper way that they should put the trial up should be, because I think they're going to do it as a juvenile, which is still better than.
But what are they going to try him for? I'm still not following.
For vandalism, I guess. I don't know. The whole trial when I was doing the research and watching the news and everything else, and I looked a little bit more into it on Google. Everybody seems kind of confused by the whole thing. Even the protective, what do you call it? The case manager.
Right.
She even seemed a little baffled by the whole thing. It's like, it's a very unique situation. He's not really a juvenile. He's not an adult. And even them, they're like, ultimately, she even had the look on her face. I don't really know if I want to put this kid back in his house, but the ultimate goal of any case is to try to reunite the family. So it's a very unique circumstances across the board. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you were pretty excited when you started.
I was, because I was jealous. I mean, how the hell do I get on a plane and travel the country without being noticed? I mean, does he just take his backpack on and just walk behind an adult and be like, come on in, son?
Apparently so.
Because on top of that, don't they have a seating arrangement? Wasn't there a seat that should have been empty and he was in it? Do they just assume that he moved?
Well, and I guess, if I'm not mistaken, it's from Minnesota, right?
Right, from Minnesota to Vegas.
It's also where the Vikings are from. So since they suck, so does their airport. But what I'm saying is, what amazed me is, okay, so first of all, if we go by any of the airports over here, to your point, you got to get in the airport. Now you got to get through security. Now, the ones over here, the last few times, they check your ticket. Yeah, but they still check your ticket, your ID. To your point, my nephew who flies back and forth to visit us, they check everything. Okay, so now you have to get through security.
Well, that is a good point.
Okay.
Can you see him getting from Vegas to LA without a ticket? Do you see that happening? I mean, a 50-50 or not even that high?
No, you know what? I got to say, I'm going to say with a little confidence, higher.
Really? So
yeah.
So it's the same thing that the conversation we had, you and I had about a couple of years ago. If you walk into the place like you own the joint, nobody really looks at you?
Yeah, because I'm thinking back to, the couple of airports where him and I have flown together. I've had to drop him off, where I've picked him up. We've met at a few places around the country, including New York. And I think to your point, there's so much going on that I don't know that a 9-year-old would attract that much attention. If he kind of moves around with a group of people,
right? It's
not really going to notice. So once you get through security, it's not that hard to then get on the plane. Women and children, this, that, blah, blah, blah.
But do they not count tickets and do a head count?
No. I agree with you. I'm
just saying it's kind of an embarrassment.
Well, because that's a multi-system failure right there.
Right.
So
that's not one person and that's not one checkpoint. That's across the board.
Well, to your point, so now you got through security. Then you got through the check-in. Then you got through the audit. When you're right, because every time I've been on a plane, they come back and count.
Right, they do a head count.
Okay, well, yeah. So that means there was at least 3 huge breakdowns right there.
Because I got to say, again, one of my lady friends was sending her kids across the country, and same thing. They kind of said that her preteen wouldn't have been that difficult to kind of get across, no problem. But the younger one, which was about 6. He would have raised some red flags. So, again, I don't know if it had to do with the age or whatnot. It just happened to be kind of that gray area. But I've done some flying, and here on the West Coast, I got to say, in my opinion, the airports are really lax. Now, I've flown in and out of the East Coast, New York and Florida. They don't play there. You even look at somebody funny, they're ready to tackle you to the floor.
See, but I don't find them lax over here.
You don't? Compared to the East Coast, very much so.
No, I disagree. I find them stupid everywhere. Okay, but I don't find them lax. I find a great deal of discomfort with the level of common sense and intelligence that I scope and listen to and see around security as a whole. But I don't necessarily find them lax.
So you feel safe getting on a plane?
Honestly, I don't feel either or. I really don't, because I'm not one of those people that thinks about it, because there's nothing I can do.
Right.
I mean, there's been enough stuff that we hear about inadvertently that gets through. People forgot their gun in their suitcase. You hear the stories of stuff that went on. I think that
I'm not even sure how the hell that one happens, but okay.
Well, if you're a Cowboy fan, just think Barry Switzer. But I'm simply saying that with so much stuff out there, again, I mean, it's a deterrent for the guy who's sweating and nervous in line, perhaps.
Right.
But I don't necessarily know that I feel any safer or, but I'm also not bothered by it. I'm not one of those people that I'm all, when people are having a heart attack saying, oh, what's the point? What's the point? What's the point? Well, I don't want to make it too easy for some guy to go on with a 42-pound bomb strapped between his legs and call it elephantitis and then, sit in row 3 and blow me out of the sky? Yeah, I don't want that either.
There's so many places I could have gone with that.
Right. But what I'm saying is, I don't know that I feel safer. I don't know that because again, I've flown enough. I used to fly a lot for business, for work. So for me, it's more of whatever.
Right.
Let's go through. Like I said, what I find annoying is some of the pat down stuff, some of the,
See, and again, I'm sure. I don't know if LAX. It's been a while. I haven't flown out of LAX. I avoid LAX like the plague. I usually try to either fly out of Long Beach. Long Beach is probably my preferable method. So Long Beach, if you want to throw some airline tickets this way, we're all for it. But the last large airport I've been out of, I think, was Florida. And they weren't doing that anymore. They actually had the full body scanner to where you'd walk in, put your arms up,
right.
and they wouldn't touch you at all, but they could see you.
Sure, but then when you got out, they do a second verification.
That is correct.
Right.
But I don't at any point remember being physically touched.
Okay, well, recently, then again, I was going international, so maybe that was but I will say this. What's funny about it, I have to say that the majority of the people that I saw getting stopped were either elderly or really good looking.
I can see the good looking.
Okay.
I would stop every good looking woman, but what's with the elderly?
Because, the elderly are talking their smack. You can hear a lot of them in line like, really stupid, really dummy. This is your career. You can't hurry it up. You can't, and you hear some of the comments.
Oh, yeah, let's poke the lion.
Dude, but you know what? I don't disagree with some of them.
Right.
And then what cracks me up is, we laugh about like when you see somebody working on the street.
Right.
You know how there's one guy with a cone, 17 with the stop sign, and the 2 guys on the tractor and one guy in the hole. The guy in the hole is probably the lowest man on the totem pole.
Right.
Well, last time we went, there must have been 9 people on the screen.
Oh, behind the X-ray machine,
so I'm
right?
like, really, morons? You do your training when the line is 2 hours deep, but we're going to bring in the dummies now.
I'm going to say those old people must be on. They're going to die. You want to hurry those people through, man. Let them through.
But
their clock is ticking.
What I'm saying, though, is I like the way they go back and forth and they look at stuff. And, my wife now, I think on 2 separate occasions has had her tweezers taken away. Because
are you gonna?
There's
a
a lot of tweezer hijacking.
You're gonna pluck somebody to death?
Bro, you might pluck something out of the sky. I don't know.
I'm hoping to pluck one of the stewardess out of the sky.
I know my mom in the last one had a heart attack because they made her throw a bottle of water away because they can't identify what it is.
I'm like, it's vodka, dummy. You want some?
That's what I'm saying. And again, and that I realize isn't their rules. That's
right.
FAA rules. But a lot of the stuff you watch these people. And I swear they go through the motions and they do crap at random, but I'm not sure they're paying attention. So
I don't think they are.
Like I said, to me, I don't feel any safer. I don't feel any less safe. I just go with the flow. And if it slows some lunatic down because he's got a crotch bomb or a bra bomb or.
Oh, you know what? I got a crotch bomb every day.
I'm just saying. So I don't know how long that's been 0 or what's going on.
No, it just went on. It just went on. So take it away, Phil. Take it away.
We are going to our first break on KCAA 1050 NBC News Radio. We are the 3 Guys Rant. We'll be right back.
Transmitiendo en vivo en Los Ángeles y alrededor del mundo. Would you like to comment? Get on the radio.
Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com.
The 3 Guys Rant.
Attention. When it comes to tequila, 2 things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number 1 Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior Tequila. There's only number 1. There's only number 1. There's only number 1.
The Share Foundation is the health division of the Coy Chiropractic Institute, a 501c3 509A2 public nonprofit organization dedicated to the growth and development of the natural health care services, in particular through the chiropractic profession, offering health services at the Share clinics in the greater Los Angeles area. Your donations can help in expanding these facilities across the nation. Research programs and public education thus offering a solution to the many of the health challenges we face. Your donations are tax deductible and can be sent through our website at www.sharefoundation.com. That's www.cherfoundation.com by clicking on the donation button. Thank you.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home. At AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.hrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español.
Streaming live from Los Angeles, the Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, we're back from the break. We want to thank Arvin for starting out the segment. We're still not sure what the hell he was talking about, but hey, whatever. So on a positive note, those of you in LA are getting ready. The Dodgers are still not out.
They don't play again until tomorrow, right?
They play tomorrow. They're headed back to, thank you, Alan, thank you. They're headed back to St. Louis.
At 3-2.
Now, according to one of the stats I heard earlier is that the Cardinals have never won when they're up 3-1.
They've never won when they're up 3-1?
When they're up 3-1, they end up losing the series.
So what you're saying is it looks good for the Dodgers.
Well, again, we're going off of hearsay. I couldn't find that statement. But
yeah,
I'm hopeful the Dodgers take it to 7.
And then lose?
No. I really want the Dodgers to win. I mean, two of the 3 games that they did lose, I really don't think they should have lost. I thought there were some bad calls at the plate, but then again, there was just some boneheaded plays all the way around. So, I guess it's the way the sport goes, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Now, I feel, and I think it's a pretty valid point, that the only reason they are where they're at today is because of Puig. I think he lit a fire underneath the team, and I think they were going nowhere fast before they brought him up.
What's funny is, again, I guess we can claim him to be the catalyst. I think Puig, whatever momentum started with him really took off. I find it. I've been to enough of the games and watched enough of the games this season that I don't know that one player necessarily, But I do agree with you that it just seemed as though once he joined the team, the mojo changed.
Yeah.
So I'm not opposed to that.
All right, and it looks like we have a caller, if I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah. Felipe Esparza's on line 1.
Who's Felipe Esparza?
Well, that'll be all for you to describe, sir.
Felipe.
What's up, boo?
I see nothing's changed since the last time we talked.
And what's funny is he addresses you so directly. I like it.
Did you just say, I love you, man?
I don't nothing, man. Just here, wearing my Dodger hat still since yesterday. Haven't taken it off.
See, that's a Dodger. Hey, okay, so Felipe, let me ask you, man.
Wait. Why don't we tell everybody who Felipe is before we get into it?
I do this every time. Go ahead.
Felipe, the world Felipe. No, I'm just kidding. Felipe, this is Felipe Esparza, great comic that won it all at Last Comic Standing and has been touring the country since the last time we talked to him. How's everything going with you?
It's good, man. You know me. I won Last Comic Standing. I never won anything in my life, but I've been randomly selected at every airport in America.
So I take it you don't fly anywhere when you got to go to the other side of the country. You drive there?
I fly everywhere, man. And I'm ready to get randomly selected, man.
Ready to get randomly selected? I'm never ready for that.
I got my Depends on and everything.
I like that he's got a sign on as he walks in.
I put on a What was that about?
I was saying, what the hell is that? That's Skype.
Is that Skype coming through?
It's got to be coitus coming from. Yeah, okay. So we got our Australian
content. What was that
about? I think we're being attacked by aliens. But
oh my God, we're being attacked by our own people.
So Phil, you had a question from in regards to the Dodgers.
Okay, so Arvin seems to say that, in his opinion, the Dodgers would have gone nowhere this year if it had not been for Puig turning them around.
I'll put it that way, man. Right now, if we were never joined that team, we would have had a different manager right now.
Okay.
You know what? I've never thought about
Don
that.
Mattingly was on the way out.
Yeah.
He had no answers. He had nothing. And then Puig comes around, and then bam.
Okay.
I had never thought about that. That actually is a good point.
Yeah.
There was a lot of they were talking about manager trades, who's going to leave, who's putting in work, and all of a sudden, everybody forgot about Don Mattingly getting fired. They forgot that we killed a giant fan. They forgot everything, man.
Oh, yeah, we don't talk about that no more, man. We didn't hurt nobody. That's in the past.
It's over. We forgot about it. We're going to win a championship, bro, because, see, we killed one of theirs, they killed one of ours, so we're even.
It's mob rules, baby.
So that's it. We're done with the killing, right?
Yes.
I think so.
I hope so, man. I hope so. So, Felipe, what do you have going on? I know you're back in town, or at least you're on your way back to town. You have a show here coming up in L.A., don't you?
Yes, I'll be at the Ice House in Pasadena, October 25th and 26th. 4 shows, 2 shows every night, 8 and 10.
And how can people get a hold of you?
They'll get a hold of me by just saying, who wants to blaze it, eh? No. No, they can get a just kidding, man.
It sounds like that's what you're doing now.
They can get a hold of me by saying, what's up, fool? Or just say FelipeEsparza.com. No, sorry, just Google Felipe Esparza. But my main thing is my webpage, Felipe'sWorld.com.
Now, are you in L.A. right now, or you're on your way back in?
No, I'm already back home.
Okay, so what else you have going on here in L.A. before you're off to the next stop?
I do every time. The last month, I taped 2 episodes of World's Dumbest Videos for True TV.
Oh, that's funny.
So I'm one of those comedians that talks about the videos that you saw.
You know what? I think we should get on one of those shows, Phil. But not as a commentator, as one of the idiots on the show.
That sounds like us anyway. I mean, come on, that's our whole life.
For real, man. You should just act out something crazy, man. Like walk around like La Llorona on Thanksgiving.
Felipe, so when are we going to get you here in studio?
Whenever, man. Just make the call, dog. Whenever I'm available, because I'm out of town.
Well, we got you on the phone now, so we're here in the city of Whittier, so it's not too far from L.A.
Yeah, Whittier. I used to perform in Whittier, man, at that place where the bank is.
The place where the bank is? What place is that?
It has different names. Look at that. Got lawnmower outside.
You did? That's what
But I got to move to a different room, man.
That's how we roll, man. Okay, our brown guest has a brown gardener outside. That's awesome.
Porn on the afternoon no more.
Hey, Felipe, that is a good point, man. You as a brown man, how do you have a brown gardener mowing the lawn outside right now?
I don't either, man. I think he's a city worker.
All right, Felipe, well, it's been good talking to you, brother. I mean, let us know when you're available. We'll have you in studio.
Oh yeah, man. We'll talk about politics, bro. You know, it's funny, man. How people in the neighborhood, they talk about what's going on in the world, but they only talk about it to a point, but they don't really know shit about it.
Oh, I know.
I was going to say that.
There are people in my neighborhood talking about, hey, did you hear about the government shutdown? And that's all they say because that's all they know.
You know what? That reminds me of a Raider fan. They're all Raider fans, but they don't know anything about the team.
I know, bro. I'm a Raider fan. I can't even name the quarterback. I thought his name was Richard Pryor. I just know, bro, that on Sunday they gotta put on silver and gray, or I'm gonna get jumped.
Okay, I like it. It's just
the Raiders rule, man. But the Dodgers are my main team, man.
See?
Hey, so Felipe, that brings up a good point. What do you think about the fact that Magic Johnson has ownership of the Dodgers now?
Oh man, he has about as much pull for the Dodgers as Jay-Z has for the Brooklyn Nets, bro.
I don't know if that's very much, man.
He's cracking himself up. I love it.
That's when you know you're funny. You're cracking yourself up.
All right, Felipe.
I don't know, man, but when he came, man, he just brought like a different vibe. Like, you know, like it felt like it felt when he became part of the Dodger organization, it felt like we all became part of the Dodger organization. We know him from the Lakers, Magic, Prime Time, having his own television show. So it felt like, a family member became a member.
Yeah, that is true. Now, what the funny thing is that I noticed, and again, I don't know if it was before that, but once Magic bought them, they started selling Colt 45 in the stadium. I'm not sure what that's all about.
Bro, I can't believe it, bro. For real, they did. And they started changing. They started fucking selling different barbecue now. They might have They might have Dodger and waffles next year. But speaking of Dodger food, Mexicans in El Sereno took it to the next level, bro. They got fried chicken and churros now. For real, fried chicken and churros.
You know what? That is true. But we're coming up to the end here. Again, Felipe, we'll make sure to promote the show. Again, it's going to be at the Pasadena
Ice House.
The Ice House in Pasadena, October 25th.
25th or 26th.
And they can make sure everybody follow Felipe Esparza at Funny Felipe on Twitter.
Yeah, Funny Felipe, please do it now. Doodle-doo, chingo bling.
All right, Felipe, thanks for calling in.
All right, man.
All right, thank you. Everybody, again, that was Felipe Esparza, winner of Last Comic Standing. Again, make sure to follow him on Funny Felipe and check out Funny Felipe World on the internet.
All right, so let's bring John into the mix. Alan's going to drop him in on us.
The little alien?
The little who?
The little alien? Didn't you were being attacked by aliens?
John!
Hello, boys.
Okay, now we're finally the three guys rant because what's funny is nobody commented that. I guess nobody misses the Puerto Rican to my left. So today we've got the Australian to my left.
I would love to go and see Funny Felipe, but I can't understand anything that he said.
John, we didn't hear that, John.
We didn't hear nothing, John.
You didn't hear me?
No, we heard you. We didn't hear what he said, so stop pointing it out. It doesn't. It appears the FCC still isn't back in town yet.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to do a Skype, but I can't see you on the screen. What's going on?
I guess Arvin's big head broke it. I don't know if the camera can pick it up.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's being worked on. We can see you, though, so everybody else can see you.
They don't mind if I pick my nose?
Oh, get your finger out of your nose.
Hey, John, so what are they saying about us over there now that we finally saved the world? Or at least we stopped having the shutdown.
That's saving the world?
You know, I need to ask you guys, how bad really was it?
You see...
Was it as bad as what the media are making it out to be?
Yes and no. Okay.
What was that?
Get off the fence, will you? Listen, I brought my wife along too.
Oh, okay, great. Hey, John. Your poor wife, I swear. John, we're going to the midpoint break here, so we're going to put you on hold for 1 second. We'll pick you up in about 2 minutes.
That's really good, Phil. You bring him on, you should tell him, hey, why don't you hold on a little bit more, dummy?
Because he's over there jacking around. We can't even get a real show going here.
That's right. I'm trying my tribulations, and I've got a bit of time.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Yeah, this is the Three Guys Rant here on NBC News Radio KCAA 1050 AM. We'll be back.
Call the Three Guys Rant now.
Would you like to comment? Get on the radio.
Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com.
The Three Guys Rant.
Something beautiful from Mexico, superior in all of its creation. Integrity, never giving way to mass production. Number One Tequila, welcome celebration. Heart and passion is our passion. A legend takes the nation. If superior is what you are after, Number One Tequila, for all of life's occasions.
Hi, I'm Paul Lane, host of the KCAA Morning Show, and I'd like to take a few seconds to tell you about pollen bursts. You may not know, but I've been confined to a wheelchair for over 20 years, and I've always looked for ways to increase my energy, mental clarity, and just feel good. Well, I found it in Pollen Burst. It's natural, delicious, and easy to take. And I think you should try some too. To find out more, email me at paul@kcaaradio.com. That's paul@kcaaradio.com. Hey, join me so we can burst together.
What's up, everyone? Sports Guru here. Sick of looking at the same old boring websites? Well, check out thenewsportsguru.com for all the hottest trending videos and all the biggest sports news. Become a VIP for only $4.99 and get premium access to everything the Sports Guru has to offer. The beautiful gurus girls, all my biggest sports picks, and much more. So get off that porn site and check out thenewsportsguru.com.
Streaming live from Los Angeles and worldwide, The Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, we're back from the break, and I want to thank those of you who haven't left or crashed your car into the center divider. We haven't said hi to our friends in the IE, the 909, the 714, the Riverside, the OC.
We're going to have to come up with a very good name with them, for them.
What's wrong with Crack Nation?
Oh, Crack Nation. I like Crack Nation.
Crack Nation.
I didn't hear that.
And on the
Crack
phone
Nation.
is our special fill-in guest. We've got, not phone, I'm sorry, Skyping today.
We got our little buddy.
We got our little buddy, John Coitus, and his special furry friend to his left. Cosby. Cosby, that's right, Cosby. So to answer your question, John, was it as bad? You know what? If you weren't on WIC, EBT, welfare, or a government employee, which is so funny.
But you got to remember, he doesn't necessarily know what all these are because they don't have them in that part of the world.
Because they're smart. Okay, so basically, WIC is women, infant, children. So if you have 17 kids or whatever, because you can't afford condoms, we give you a card to go get rice and corn and beans and peanut butter.
Cereal. Oh, like a barter card.
I'm sorry?
It's like a barter card or like coupons.
Right. But the funny part is that this is how smart we are in America. So first, we encourage you to have many kids because, not having kids apparently is wrong. And then we give you this card. But this card, you then go to a corner store because heaven forbid you go to a large-scale store where a gallon of milk can cost up to $7. It's $3.50.
Where the hell are you buying your milk that you buy milk for $7 a gallon?
That's what the WIC stores charge.
That's what the WIC stores charge?
Because when you give them the coupon, they in turn get to turn in that coupon for whatever the value of the milk they're selling at their stores. So the government says that they cannot exceed a certain amount. So if when you go there, you'll see a gallon of milk, $6.59.
Really?
Yes.
I've never been in one of these stores.
Well, I'm sure the women you date have.
Oh, I had no doubt about it.
So
see, to me,
well, so number one, we can't buy a gallon of milk in Australia.
You have
I
one?
think the largest size bottle we have would be about 3 litres, which is just short of a gallon, I guess, but they're not very popular here. The 2 litres and the 1 litre milks are very popular. But look, what you're saying about the coupons, in Australia, we have what we call a baby bonus, which most general Australians that think straight think that it's got to be handled a lot better than the way that it is, because if a lady will go out and have a baby, she gets, I think, a bonus of anywhere between $5,000 and $7,000. And what we've found, and it's happening, not just in Australia but also in the UK, is that we're getting such young kids having kids, 15, 16, 17-year-old. By the time they get to 20 years of age, they've got 4 and 5 kids, sometimes even 6 and 7 kids, to 4 or 5 different dads. And they've cooped in 30 or 40 grand just from having kids. And none of the money gets spent on those children. Where I think the way that you guys do it with the coupons, I think for us to do that would be a much more substantial way to do it.
Did I hear him right? You get between 5,000 to 7,000 for having a kid?
Yeah.
Correct.
Do you see the dumb look in Arvin's eyes, John? That's exactly why your country needs to change that.
I was going to say...
He's going to come over here now and tell everyone he's pregnant, isn't he?
John, I was going to say, line them up, because I'm on my way over. I'll take 50% of every check. What? Is there something wrong with my plan?
You're just filthy. So as far as the rest of it, John, in our reality, we really hadn't gotten hit yet. We hadn't felt the pain. I know that, again, there was, 800,000 workers we heard had been furloughed. The funny part about the furlough, though, And while it was painful for some of them, I'm sure, when they live paycheck to paycheck, they're not independently wealthy like Arvin. It was already voted on day 2 that as long as
independently wealthy like Mike, he doesn't have to turn up to work because he's got enough money.
That's true. That's a good way to put it. The Puerto Rican is the independently wealthy one.
What? Because he comes from the welfare country.
But all those people, those 800,000 workers, they're all getting retro pay.
Wow.
So, wow, I hadn't heard that part.
They're all getting their money from the day that they got furloughed. So they're not losing a dime. So, yeah, they had, it was 16 days or 18 days. They had a couple of rough weeks. They're going to get every penny of it back. They didn't lose a dime. So that's part of where I think the insanity comes. And then when it went full circle, after it's all said and done, other than the humiliation, the stupidity, and the moronic way that we look to the rest of the world, not one damn thing changed. Neither side gained or lost anything then from where it started.
So who finally ended up giving in? Because I know, according to Mikey,
someone had to.
It could have been done a long time ago.
Well, it could have been done a long time ago, but the Republicans were fighting it.
So who finally gave in?
The Republicans.
Okay.
But they had to because the last thing they wanted is we cannot default. We cannot default on our bills. We cannot default on our payments. It's a trickle-down effect that would have worldwide impact.
Right.
Oh, it most certainly would have.
So I mean, aside from screwing ourselves and looking like, stupid monkeys, we would absolutely hurt the UK. We would hurt Australia. We would hurt a lot of other countries.
We already look that way.
No, I agree with you. But the last thing China wants to do is start calling in their debt.
To us?
Well,
or in general?
Well, no, because if we start defaulting, China then has to call in the debt. Well, we don't have it to pay.
So like I said, like a party with a bunch of drunken monkeys.
Right.
Not that bad. I've been there.
Yeah, I've never taken a debt in his life because he's always paid cash for everything, so he doesn't know about defaulting.
Now,
he's so busy having babies and making money from those children.
You know what? That doesn't sound like that bad of an idea. But, John, on a different note, let's talk about something important and worthwhile. Now, I know you had an event this morning.
Sorry, the Cowboys.
The Cowboys? No, the Cowboys aren't important in this room.
Whoa. They won. They won over the weekend.
We're 3-3, pal.
So
we're taking down Philly.
So does that mean that you and Roma are on speaking terms now?
No.
Still not?
No. I still hate him.
He's going to be around for the next, 8 years?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I can hate him every day, though. I can hate him. I can love. Hey, what do they say? Okay, hate the game, not the player.
Hate the player, not the game.
That's the one. I hate the player.
Drunken monkey.
Okay.
So let me ask
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, what's wrong with you, Phil? So let me ask you this. So then if he takes, hypothetically, in a perfect world, which is never going to happen, if he takes the Cowboys to a Super Bowl and wins, is he still not worthy?
I will acknowledge that perhaps
that he's a human being?
No. That I had judged him harshly this year, if that occurs. But until that occurs, right, John? We will not acknowledge him.
Could he be the best of the worst evil out there? Because there's a lot of teams that suck this year.
It's funny you say that. It's frightening. It is frightening to see
that they have a glimpse. They have a hope.
No,
they have a blimp at the end of the tunnel.
It is frightening how he has played the last 3 or 4 games.
To where he's playing, he's running.
On a scale of 1 to 10, he's been playing at about an 8. About 80%.
Wow, that's high for you.
Now, he still throws the interception like clockwork. He still can't take a hit. He still dives. But it's been frightening what he's been playing the last 3 or 4 games.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to retire with, what is it called, CTE or whatever they're saying all these football players have. Maybe he's protecting his elderly years.
Hey, bro.
You can't give the guy a break?
He's too damn comfortable, mate. Why offer him an 8-year contract to start with? What's he got to work for? Absolutely nothing. Really? I'm serious, mate. We should not... Look, if I was in charge of a professional sports team, I would not have any of my players on more than a 2-year contract with maybe an option at the end, and that's including the coach. Because they're going to work for their freaking money, mate. Let me tell you right now. They're not going to become that comfortable. They're going to be sitting in their back pocket, and where they can only give 70-80% for the first 3-5 years. None of that, Charlie Brown.
John, but let me ask you this. What if you have the best player in the league, hands down, that comes out every day and gives you 110%? Would you not want to keep him on your team as long as you could?
Doesn't matter.
Number one, I don't believe in 110%. It's humanly impossible. Okay, you want to give 100%.
John,
okay?
John, you're not being very inspirational right now, John.
Listen, you asked me a question, shut your trap. All right, now. Now, and you know, I don't care if it was Jordan or Tiger Woods or Larry Bird or Magic. I don't care. You know, 2 years. Because in 2 years' time, you can go out of focus. You can go you can go into the cold. You can do so many things in your life can change. You can get injuries. You can get all sorts of stuff. 2 years is the maximum with a year option that I would be putting any of my players on any professional sporting team, including the coach. That's it.
That is an interesting point of view.
But you see, for years we've been arguing over here that the only sport in the world where you get paid for performance is golf.
That's it.
Really?
Yes, because...
And everyone says golf is a luck. Everyone says that golf is luck. The aim of golf is to put the ball in the cup.
John, I got to say, now that we can visually see you during the Skype call, man, do you have some facial expressions? You're very passionate about the words that are coming out.
But see, John's right, because the thing is, okay, in golf...
So is Tiger Woods worth $1 billion?
Sure, because what he gets his money is from the endorsements. Where he gets his money is from actually winning tournaments. Did you know?
But he's not winning. He's still up there. I mean, he's back on the upswing, but he's not the same Tiger Woods he was before the scandal.
Hence the reason he's no longer worth $1 billion.
Right.
Hence the reason the advertisers aren't flocking to him. Until he starts winning again, they're not going to come, race down and give him boatloads of money. In golf, a golfer has to pay his entry. You have to pay to get into the damn tournament.
I've heard of that before.
Okay, and then they have to go through and they have to pay their own way to fly there. There are certain rules and restrictions that golfers have to do. And I agree with John. I say somebody like the Cowboys, you know what? I'll pay to play. I'll tell you what, look, dirtbag, I'll give you $1 million. You want your $10 million contract? I want the team in the Super Bowl. Just get me to the Super Bowl. You can have the other $9 million.
Correct.
You have any
It's
idea
called
how many
incentives, mate? Incentives. You get me there, then I'll freaking pay you.
That's right.
You get me there.
Now. There's the other side of the coin is if you do that, which I'm not against, it'd be exciting as a fan. But you know how many injured players you would have because of that?
Ask me if I care.
Of course
For
you don't.
$10 million a year, and I think John would agree, I don't care if you die in the field.
Now,
how many people would line up
You're
for
meant
that
to die on the field.
opportunity?
You are meant to die out there for your team.
Damn it, John!
John,
this isn't Sparta, John.
Look at how passionate John is, man.
This isn't Rome,
For
John.
those of you that aren't streaming, you should. You can see our little buddy John Curtis from Australia. He is just fired up.
Alan, turn that screen off. I can't see him no more. No, but just remember back to when the Sparta. Let's go back to when the Steelers were the Steelers. They had Mike the Iron Curtain. That I saw a special on him recently. He died horribly his last 5-10 years of his life. He didn't even know who he was anymore. He was basically a vegetable.
All right, we're going to a break, Mr. Vegetable. Stick around, John Curtis. When we come back, we're going to talk about Kim Kardashian's butt. This is the Three Guys Rant on KCA 1050 NBC News Radio. We'll be right back.
The Three Guys Rant.
A superior tequila has arrived. A tequila that never compromises integrity for mass production. Taste the heart of Mexico in every bottle. For superior tequila, there's only number one. Number one tequila.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. 3 quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
Hey, bro, this is a good game. You know what would make it better?
What, bro?
A michelada.
A michelada? What's a michelada?
A michelada is somewhere in the middle of a Mexican Bloody Mary and a Mexican margarita.
Oh, I got you covered, bro.
You got a cup in your pocket?
No, sir. I got my pocket-sized michelada. Mucho macho michelada.
Pocket size?
Pocket size, so you can take it with you anywhere you go.
Where'd you get that at?
At the nearest convenience store, and you can also buy it at muchomachomichelada.com.
You know what will make it better? After we get drunk, if they had a line we could call.
We can call their drunk line. You can leave a message and then log on to the site and listen to your stupidity afterwards.
What's that number?
It's 855-MICHE-69.
What's that number again?
855-MICHE-69.
Awesome. Mucho macho michelada.
Streaming live from Los Angeles and worldwide, The Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Check out our website at www.the3guysrant.com. The Three Guys Rant starts now.
All right, we're back for the final segment. We don't have Mike in studio today, but we have special guest John Kudis on the Skype line with us. And in our final segment, we're going to talk about Kim Kardashian's butt. Ellen's going to put a picture up on screen that she decided to put a selfie of herself on Instagram today. Ellen, you got that picture?
Now, it is funny that you talk about... Oh, what the hell?
Oh, wow. Stick it in and pump. Wow, that's the wrong picture, Alan, but thank you for the visual. We're looking for the one with
Hey, hurry up, right? Well, I want to see this.
You know what? That is funny.
Where's the white bathing suit? White bathing suit, Alan. Go ahead.
That's not a deal breaker. I've dated a woman with that kind of body. But no, it's funny that I actually had a story about her too, or about the whole Kim Kardashian and the ex-husband, the 72-day husband. As of yesterday, I think officially, he's putting the engagement ring up to auction.
Yeah.
Now, I heard that he's trying to get $750,000 for the ring.
Yeah.
And it's worth like $350,000 or something like that.
Yeah, but it was on Kim K's finger.
Now,
isn't that romantic though? Here, sweetheart, I want to marry you. Have Kim Kardashian's old ring. You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I don't. If I were to buy it, I don't think I'd give it to another woman. I think I'd keep it in a box somewhere under a glass case of some sort. But yeah, it's amazing what this woman would bring just by touching something. It was a ridiculous amount of carats on the string. They showed it. I mean, the thing's huge. It's like the size of from knuckle to knuckle. But why hang on to it for so long? He couldn't legally sell it? Because it's been months since they've separated.
Yeah, but I thought she was trying to sell it. I thought she kept the ring.
No. My understanding is that he did.
Okay, I got to verify that.
I don't know. I can't weigh in.
I think after the legal proceedings, I think the ring went back to him, and as of yesterday, he put it up for auction.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me toss in here. If the ring's worth that much money now because she touched it, I'd like to hug her. Because imagine how much that'll be worth.
John, you know that if you try to hug her, you're going to be right at crotch level.
I'll get smothered by a merkin.
Okay, so...
Is it true that her parents are breaking up?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is it true that her mum and dad are divorcing?
Yes, sir.
Is it really? Because I've heard both sides of that. I heard that they were, then that they weren't, and that everything's fine. So they are going to separate?
They actually, according to one of the articles, they've been separated for over a year. And real quick, let me just do some clarity because Arvin loves to honk things up. Kim Kardashian's engagement ring from Kris Humphrey sold. Not going to sell. Sold at auction for $750,000.
Who's the money going to? That's all that matters.
The money's going to him.
See, so I'm right.
Yeah. Well, you said he's going to sell it. He had already sold.
Yeah, he was going to sell it yesterday morning, and it sold by yesterday afternoon.
All right. Now, the initial... the initial reportedly worth $2 million.
That's what I had heard. But I'm like, wow, that's
what?
crazy.
You just said it was only worth $300,000.
This is
you don't know
Arvin.
what the hell you're going about, Harvey.
John, don't get worked up. So hold on. Alan's going to put up another picture before we run out of time. Alan, you got. So there's speculation that this is before she got knocked up. I'm sorry, had a child, and she's saying that this is her current body 4 months after having the baby. Now, I'd swear she's pregnant in the butt. Because it looks like the kid is back there. John, are you seeing this picture?
We just found Mike. We know where Mike is.
Maybe you have an accident here.
You know
now,
what?
Now,
Go ahead.
am I wrong or look by her feet? Is it me or does that picture not look photoshopped?
Brother, I'm looking at the shadow, and the shadow looks like it went on for another foot. So I don't know. You could be right. I'm just saying.
You know what? I would just lay her on her stomach, spread some cheeks, put my nose in, and go to sleep.
Wow, that's just filthy on so many levels. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with John because John, what's so funny is the funny part is as soon as the shutdown is over, half-naked pictures of Kim Kardashian resurface.
As America should be doing. That's what we're known for.
The money starts to flow, boys. The money starts to flow.
Now, John, I have a question for you on a completely different. Are you done with Kim K before I continue?
Man. Go ahead.
I have a question for you. Yesterday, I got some breaking news, but it's not American news. It's Chinese news, Asian news.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if it reached your part of the world. Yesterday, PepsiCo and Frito-Lay announced their joint what do you call it? Partnership. They came out with Pepsi flavored Cheetos. And the first question is, when are we going to get them here in America?
Okay, what planet do you live on? What breaking news?
serious?
That's breaking news to me.
That's been out forever.
I haven't heard it till yesterday. It was on the news.
I never heard it. I didn't even hear it until just now.
See, Phil? Now who's the moron in the room? It's not John and I. So the first thing that was asked is, when are they going to come to America? The answer is they never are. So I'm curious to see if you'd end up seeing them in your neck of the woods.
Well, I'm actually going to China in about 15 days. So I'm going to have a look over it. Pepsi-flavored Cheetos. Is that right?
Okay, you know what, John? Cheetos. Just when I thought you were my lone voice of reason, when you're siding with Arvin that this is news, back in July, there are, according to Google, 243,000 results when we read about it before. That
on this show? We talked about it on this show?
We talked about Pepsi-flavored Cheetos and the fact that they were never coming to America because there's other flavors out there.
All I can say is I smoke a lot and I drink a lot, so you got to excuse me.
So I'm just curious how breaking you're like one of the Republicans from
you
yesterday.
drink a lot. Oh, look at me. I drink a lot too. There's my wife.
You know what's funny is apparently we're doing the rest of the show to Kim Kardashian's butt. But
Alan,
that's
I'm
okay.
getting sick, man. I'm getting, you got to take that picture off the screen.
No. Alan left. We don't even have an engineer right now.
Listen, I need to give you guys a sports update.
Well,
the Seahawks are playing the Cardinals.
Yes,
7-0 the Seahawks with 3 minutes to go in the first.
Who's winning?
The Seahawks, I just said.
All right, I'm sorry. Man, he's grouchy.
Hey, John, quick question because we're getting down to the 2 minutes. So we're going to start to rapid fire here. When you go to China, make sure you bring me some of those Cheetos or at least mail them to me. Question number 2, I know you were scheduled to come to L.A. When are you coming? And the last question is, how did the event go this morning?
Okay, number 1, I promise I'll bring you some Pepsi-flavored Cheetos. Most assuredly, if I can find them, I will bring you some. Number 2, Susan's still organising the tour over there. That's Moss Creative Media Group. We need to get onto her and organise me some more gigs over there so I can come over straight away because I need to be sitting on your desk so I can keep you two under control.
John, John, when you come, you can sit on my lap. That's how good you have it here.
Mate, you know what? We'll look like Jeff Durham if I sit on your lap. I could be like Ahmed.
Silence! I kill you.
Yeah, that's it. You're the one that would be the dummy, though.
And I forgot what the third question. Oh, how did the event go this morning?
The gig today went absolutely fantastic. There's a bunch of little school kids, actually, or not little school kids, but a little school. I'm actually on an island in Australia called Bribey Island. I drove over here yesterday in my 68 Mustang, and it actually went very, very, very well. I'm going to put up a little photo on my Facebook page shortly of a little girl who's missing half an arm, and she was just an adorable little thing. Had a great time.
John, send us over any information. We'd be more than happy to put it up on our website. I know we say it all the time, but this one we'd actually really would do. And how can people reach you?
Mate, they can reach me through my Facebook. They can reach me, if you look up John Curtis on Facebook and get me that way, or rollingsuccess.com.au. Or the best way in America to get me is through the Moss Media Group, Moss Creative Media Group, and speak to Susan over there, and she can help organise things, boys. And besides, it's not your website now; it's our website because I feel like I'm part of the team.
That's right, John.
I like it.
So if I'm not mistaken, your title is the most inspirational speaker on the Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah, in the southern hemisphere, not on the southern hemisphere. It's in the southern
Hey,
hemisphere.
look. I'm Mexican, okay? I can only be 75% accurate.
John, we're coming down here. Have a great weekend. We look forward to talking to you next week. Thanks for filling in for Mike. It's always better
I'm
than
going
his
fishing,
accent.
boys. I'm going fishing.
Have a great time. Good luck to you.
Thanks, brother.
And that's how you do a show.